Hey there, welcome to Reverse Out Knee Pain. This is where we use the most evidence-based approach for fast knee relief. This is what I figured out is best when you don't have a gym, you don't have any equipment whatsoever, okay? It's really divided into two levels, double leg or single leg. Double leg means you're just reaching your knees over your toes as far as you're comfortable with no pain. And what are you doing? You're then holding for 2 minutes. You're using an evidence-based approach of isometrics applied to knees over toes, if we see that from a side angle. Now, over the course of that 2 minutes, or over time as you get stronger, because you never work through pain, you want to gradually go forward and notice my ankles. So my ankles are still down, but at a certain point, I'll go so far that my heels come off the ground. So see, that's now quite a bit of pressure. Someone with really bad knee pain probably is not just going to be able to go full ankle mobility, knees over toes, and hold it for 2 minutes. And you don't want to push through any pain. So even if you only start very small, you recover so fast from isometrics, you start doing this daily, and strength radiates 15 degrees. So when you get stronger here, without noticing it, you just got stronger there. And when you get stronger there, you just got stronger there. And so on, over time, until my ankle can't bend anymore and my heels are off the ground. This position, 2 minutes, would be sort of the standard of this exercise. At which point, notice now, you saw where the heel came off. So now imagine if I were to try to hold that position on one leg for 2 minutes. That would be like world class, but it's the same thing. Check this out. So you'll see my left foot will be off the ground, and you could start with just an inch of bend. You could start with just a slight amount of bend. 2 minutes. Over time, again, that makes you stronger for there, makes you stronger for there, there. So you're using a science-based approach where biologically you cannot fail with this. It doesn't mean you're gonna go from this hurting to now this being pain-free for 2 minutes after one day. But if you just follow the exercise, you'll gradually go till you can hold no pain, heels off, full ankle mobility, and then you'll keep going now to where one leg at a time, no pain, heel off. If you had to, you could balance by something, but I really want you doing it without balance. I like to make a fist, so I feel like I have something, and then there we go. So look, that's full ankle mobility, one leg. So even for me, I tap out, I can't even get to 2 minutes yet. I'm at about a minute and a half that I can do like that. So you can see that even for me, I'm trying to work my way towards world class, which is 2 minutes, full ankle mobility. Let's look at that one more angle there. So see, at a certain point, my heel comes off. 2 minutes right there. With no gym, you can make awesome gains. So now we're gonna head into a commercial gym. I'm gonna show you the best way to do this from a commercial gym. All right, now we're in a commercial gym. What can we do in any commercial gym? We have a treadmill. Now let's use it by not turning it on and spinning it backwards. We're now using the tech of backwards sled dragging, which is the most proven for fast knee recovery. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it spinning, and I'm gonna time myself for 2 minutes, and I'm gonna go as fast as I can without any pain. Okay, pain means you need to take smaller, slower steps. As you get stronger, think faster. Let's check it out. So I like to do this without using my hands. See that? So I have to use my feet to get it spinning. And I'm gonna use I like to go like this with my arms. It doesn't matter. You can go hands here. You could rest your hands on it. You could even put your hands like this if you're not comfortable. But this is my favorite way. Now you can see here, I'm spinning this backwards. So right off the bat, again, scientifically, biologically, we're creating improvement for our knees. But where the magic is in improvement. So by getting it going faster, it has its own internal resistance, which makes it harder. So if I keep pushing as fast as I can for 2 minutes, no matter how strong you are, you can get an incredible workout, and you get all that blood now into your knees to heal while strengthening at the same time. So that's the difference between just getting healing and just strengthening. That's why this works, because you're not receiving the blow, you're just dishing it out. That's called concentric training versus eccentric training when the weight comes down on you. So within 3 hours after, you can already be fully recovered, and you get so much blood in there to heal while strengthening at the same time. All right, so we looked at what to do with no gym at all. We looked at what to do with a commercial gym. Now, some gyms will have turf and a sled, and if you want to build your own, I got this turf from On Deck Sports, and this sled is a Rogue dog sled, which is only about $250. This is from Spud Inc. This is a belt and then this is separately a strap, spudding belt, spudding strap. So this is actually not that expensive if you think about it. To get a full lane of turf, all the weight, sled attachments, etc. would cost less than a treadmill, just to give you an example. So if you're thinking about making your own gym, I highly recommend it. Now, the problem with this is, unlike the first two options, you can't just go backwards continuously because you'd have to turn around. Now, we bought from Rogue a bridge attachment and wraparound rail. So you could just go backwards and then turn around. It gets a little more pricey, and funny enough, we actually tend not to do that version here. And the reason is because by pushing, notice I can more quickly go from pushing to pulling, and it seems to get more burn. So what we would do on a sled, instead of 2 minutes on the KOT ISO or 2 minutes on the dead mill, you could set a 2-minute timer and you could push, and then when you get to the end, then you would go backwards. Now, just like those other options, I've put 80-year-old women on the sled because they lean forward and they take as small of steps as they need to with as little weight as they need to. So you see, if you take small enough steps, you can move the sled, and same backwards. I mean, if you actually lean against it, it's gonna move. So if you just lean to a certain degree on a sled, it will move, and you could take 1-inch steps. So there's no such thing as not being able to do a sled, it's just at what level. So as you do your 2 minutes, as your knees are capable of, when you're going forward, you could go farther on each step. And then when you go backwards, think faster. So same thing, I like to use my arm and go faster. So you set a 2-minute timer now, and you're looking at arguably the best workout in the world, in my opinion. Now in here, and whatever your space is, you can find common things. So I find, if you look at all the attachments and stuff on top of this sled, it ends up being about 150 pounds. So if I throw 50 pounds on, I have my own body weight. So I know if I have 3 athletes here, I can have them do 4 down and backs in a row. So I can have them start at a light pace, then pick it up maybe to about 50%. Same thing on the way back, get in the rhythm. Then getting into like 75%. Keep in mind, no brakes. Now really pushing. And then the last round, so I would keep them at the same pace. And then that last round, I would let them. I would have them race down. Race back. So in your gym, if you do have a sled setup, you can find a common distance, a common weight that you know is gonna give that incredible burn, and you can still keep everyone at a smooth pace, not to work through pain, and just ramp it up, because as you get more blood, you can push harder. So that is what we do here, is we do 4 trips in a row. It's about 20 meters long. You're looking at maybe your body actually covering about 15 meters. So we do 4 of those in a row, and it is for people who haven't actually trained here. It's the one thing that's different about online versus in person. People can be online, they get their Nordics down, they get all their standards down. They come here in person and they do one of those 4 with us, and they just keep pace with us. And on the last one, I mean, they hit literal failure as we fly past them. And then as they get that down and they get better at it, they see a huge change in their stamina, their athleticism. So why am I telling you that? I'm telling you that even as you're doing your 2-minute hold, even as you're doing your dead mill, think as you go. I mean, push yourself more and more each day. You have to give that 110% to cause the adaptation. But you see, with all 3 of those, you can start at a level that's no pain and gradually work. So I hope those 3 helped you. As you saw, we started from the simplest, no equipment, to then what every commercial gym will have, and then what I think would be ideal for the long run, which is a sled setup and how to use it. So you don't have to send in video of your form when you do any 3 of those, because those are done before every knee ability session. But if you have any question on it, by all means, yes, send in a video.